Hey, Broken World Entertainment. And did you actually want to see a Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover? Because Snake Eyes Star is teasing that there's grand plans to actually do the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover. Why? God only knows. Because to start with, the Transformer movies aren't exactly lighting the box office on fire nowadays. And none of the G.I. Joe movies, not one, has actually worked and have all failed. But let's take a look at this, because God knows why Paramount would want to continue trying to make these things happen when they clearly don't know how to do it. So it says, though 2021's Snake Eyes was set to kick off a new beginning for the G.I. Joe franchise, Robert, however you pronounce his second name, film ended up being a box office flop that didn't even bring in half its budget. And if you're wondering about that, the budget of the movie was $88 million. It made $40 million at the box office. Yeah, so that didn't work. Not to mention, Snake Eyes wasn't even in the movie. He doesn't actually become Snake Eyes until the very end of the movie, which we all were like, how the hell are they gonna make a movie about a guy who doesn't speak? And he sure as hell did in that movie. So that didn't stop Paramount from teasing a long-awaited crossover between the Elite Special Forces unit and the Transformers, as in 2023's Transformers Rise of the Beasts saw an ending that hinted at a possible union between the two. There hasn't been much in the way of news since, but Snake Eyes star Henry Golding has offered somewhat of an update that promises a joint venture is still to come. Speaking with comicbook.com to promote his new film, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Golding told the outlet that he believes Paramount still has grand plans to bring the two franchises together once and for all. However, he doesn't know when that will happen, given the producer Lorenzo de Bonaventura is a busy man. And here is what Henry said. He said, Lorenzo is a busy man and a phenomenal producer, and it's in safe hands. Whatever happens, I think it's going to be a combination of what has come and what is to come. I think Paramount has some grand plans. Does he hear how stupid that sounds to say, this guy is a phenomenal producer and it's in safe hands and they're going to give us what came before as well as stuff that's new? We've just spoken about how not one single G.I. Joe movie has worked. They've all failed. This one didn't even crack or even get close to cracking even. Or is it like $88 million budget and it brought in 40? Yeah, you've lost more money than anything. Rise of the Beasts. Rise of the Beasts brought in a total box office of $439 million. Sounds well enough, doesn't it? Except for the fact that the movie cost $200 million. So that movie did not break even. No. Wasn't even close to breaking even, because you're adding at least another 100, maybe 150 million in promotional material. So you're looking at this movie needing to break somewhere between 550, maybe 600. Didn't do that. And they're saying it's in safe hands and they're going to give us a lot of what we've already been given. As for why he's talking about this, Henry Golding, that makes no sense, because the two movies, both Rise of the Beast that teased this crossover and his movie, are in completely separate timelines. In terms of, one was in the 90s, the other wasn't. The other was remade and was set in the 2000s, wasn't it? Wasn't Snake Eyes set in the 2000s? Pretty sure it was. But nobody really wants this. Nobody's asking for G.I. Joe and Transformers crossovers. It's just, it will be a mess. It will be too much to try and have them make it work. And all we're going to be told and all they're going to be trying to say is, oh, it's going to be like the Avengers. Because that's all they do now, is just try and make everything the Avengers. And it's going to be too much. How are you going to put all these characters together? How do you introduce G.I. Joe and the team and new Transformers? It's going to be a ridiculous idea. And Paramount are struggling right now. You know, they're in a terrible position. They're losing money. They're looking to sell or at least merge with another studio. And their plan is, hey, let's invest more hundreds of millions into two properties that we really just struggle with. One of which we've never managed to make work. And the others are yo-yos at the box office in terms of, do they make money or do they not? It's just a stupid idea for them to try again and to do a crossover. God no, make it stop. But let's see what comes of this. Hopefully nothing, because Rise of the Beasts was absolute horrendous trash and Snake Eyes was worse. So with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.